Okay, every single election in Nigeria, excuse me, at every level, would have his own twist and dramas. I remember, I think in year 2022, the LCDA election in my estate was conducted. It was, I think, the day Liverpool Real Madrid played the Champions League final. It was that particular Saturday, and the election really went late into the night. And when we were watching ball, we started hearing noise, and then we came out, and then we saw some youth within the estate throwing sachet of water into the compound where the result was being counted. LCDA election in my own estate. Interesting times. And then it takes us into what has been happening in Edo State since Saturday. It started off with the APC primaries that produced three different candidates. The first was recognized by the former chairman of the primaries committee for the election. That's the governor of Imo State, His Excellency Governor 𝗪𝗪𝗪, and that was eventually changed, by the way, by the leadership of the APC. And another election was conducted for the APC in the states, and earlier today, Senator Monday Okpebholo was actually declared as the gubernatorial candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Edo State ahead of the September 2024 election. I will play you a soundbite of that announcement. The chairman of that committee was His Excellency the Governor of Cross River State. Yes, he was the one that made the announcement earlier today. Yes, I will play you the sound bite of that. And just breaking, the former NBA chairman, that's Mr. Olumide Akpata, is just won the primaries of the Labour Party, and he will be flying the flag of Labour Party ahead of the September 2024 governorship election in the state. Remember, on Monday, Mr. Akpata actually wrote a letter to INEC indicating that the Labour Party is not showing commitment or interest in respect to conducting the election, and today is the deadline, by the way, for INEC to take in all of the names across all of the political parties that will be flying candidates ahead of the election. So breaking, Mr. Olumide Akpata, the former chairman of the NBA, the body representing all lawyers in Nigeria, that's the Nigerian Bar Association, has won the primaries of the Labour Party, and he will be the the governorship candidate for the election. Interesting times. I'm talking about Edo State. Well, earlier today, the outgoing deputy governor of the state, 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝐿 𝐴𝐴 was on national TV, and it was crystal clear about his position as the authentic flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party in the state. Remember, yesterday we broke the news that he had won a factional primaries that was conducted, and Dr. Owu, yes, one of the spokesperson of the 𝗵𝐿 𝐴𝐴 campaign organization, joined me live on the show from Edo State yesterday, and he said that, hey, we won the election, my principal won the election, but earlier today the People's Democratic Party has declared a renowned businessman, 𝗪𝗪𝗪 Ighodalo, as the governorship candidate of the state, well, beating 9 other aspirants, including the deputy governor of the state, 𝗪𝗪𝗁 𝐴𝐴, that had only 1 vote. Okay, interesting times. The chairman of the Edo PDP Primary Electoral Committee and Governor Dauda of Zamfara State declared the candidate, that's 𝗪𝗪𝗪 Ighodalo, as the official, that's the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party ahead of the election. And he says, and I quote, he says, I therefore declare 𝗪𝗪𝗪 Ighodalo the winner of these concluded primaries today with a total vote of 577. I return him elected as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the upcoming election in Edo State. He says, congratulations. That was the statement of the Primary Electoral Committee, the chairman of the Edo PDP Primary Electoral Committee, that's the governor of Zamfara State, Governor Dauda Lawal. Well, that means 2 people will be presenting themselves as the flag bearer of the party in the state. We'll have one or two persons join us from Edo State. That's from Benin City, the capital of Edo State, on the show today. We look at such issues. As I said earlier today, I watched the live interview of the present deputy governor of Edo State, Comrade 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪 𝗦𝗪, declaring himself as the authentic candidate for the election. However, the PDP, according to the chairman of the primary electoral committee, that's Governor Lawal Dauda of Zamfara State, had declared 𝗪𝗁 𝗪𝗀𝗀. So we have 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪 declaring himself the winner of the election, and we have the PDP declaring 𝗪𝗁 𝗪𝗀𝗀 as the winner of the primaries. Let's see where all of that will take us to. Of course, like I said, Senator Monday 𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗁 was officially declared today as the governorship candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Edo State. Likewise, the Labour Party also, in fact, the announcement is going on as we speak. That's declaring Olumide Akpata as the governorship candidate for the Labour Party in the state. Take a listen to this soundbite. The announcement are confirming Senator Monday 𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗁 as the candidate to fly the flag of the APC in the election. You're live on Mainland 98.3 FM. This program comes up on airwaves every Mondays to Fridays from 4 to 5:30 p.m. I'll be right back.
Senator Monday 𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗁, after having satisfied all the requisite requirements by the party and scoring the highest number of votes cast in this Edo State primary gubernatorial primaries elections, he is hereby declared the winner with a total vote cast of 12,433 votes. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your cooperation. We appreciate the contribution of everybody. Senator Monday 𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗁.
In respect to the APC quagmire, the former governor of Ekiti State, 𝗪𝗫𝗪 𝗪𝗪𝗪, had actually lashed out at the former national chairman of the APC and the one-time governor of Edo State, the present senator representing Edo North Senatorial District in the Senate, and he had criticized 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗁 𝗪𝗪𝗪 for allegedly attempting to impose a gubernatorial candidate for the All Progressive Congress in the state. Remember yesterday on Open Forum, I think Said Fuad played a very lengthy soundbite from Senator 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗁 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗁, where he said that he is not a fan of rotational politics, that it is the right and the prerogative of Edo people to choose who governs them. However, there were words last week that the All Progressive Congress had decided to zone the candidate, slots for who becomes the flag bearer to Edo Central, which had constantly agitated for his chance to take a shot at the the number one seat in the state. So if you look at all of the calculations right now, it seems it's a general consensus that the people of Edo Central will have a shot. However, the candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Olumide Akpata, may be coming in from a different perspective. Let's wait and see how all of this will span out. As it is now, yes, it's official. Olumide Akpata had been declared as the winner of the Labour Party, the national TVs, as I'm watching right now, next few months. And For someone that I've been able to navigate that candidate going to court and all of that for the NBA election, that's what I meant. But hey, he's dancing, he's climbing up the stage to give his acceptance speech, and I think this is where the main work begins. The PDP wants to retain the seat in Edo State, the APC want to reclaim the seat in Edo State, and the Labour Party want to ride on the wave that they won the presidential election in Edo State. And let's see how all of this will sort itself out. But the most important thing is that the Labour Party have a candidate now in Edo State. The PDP also have a candidate in Edo, or they have two candidates in Edo State. Joseph Folorunshor will join me on the show, but we're trying to, link up with our contact in the States. Olumide Akpata is a very interesting character. By the way, someone that I've followed for a very long time. A very exciting person, huge social presence. He's always on social media, has a very huge social life. By the way, I've seen him a couple of times at some social gathering, just showing how much, he can dance and jive. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. The next couple of months from now till September 2024 will be very interesting, as all of the political parties in the state will be covering every single space, all of the 17 local governments in the states, to sell their agenda to the people of Edo State. So the conversation is going to be this way. Are you sticking with the PDP, Godswill Obaseki? Has he done enough to sell the party for whoever the party eventually settles for, Philip Shuaibu and Sue Ighodalo? Or perhaps you think the Labour Party would want to come back in and present a candidate as viable, according to them, Senator Monday Okpebholo, as the candidates to take back the seat they lost at the last election. Remember, Godswill Obaseki was the candidate, was the governor on the platform of the APC. Interesting times, interesting days, and interesting moments. Let's see where all of this will take us. The most important thing is that Edo State is going to be in focus from now till September, and maybe after June. All of these final burial rites for the late governor of Ondo State, 𝗪𝗪𝐶𝐻 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿, was finally laid to rest today. It's been a week-long program. Service of songs has been held. There's been parade line in states, in Akure and in Owo, the local government he came in from, and there's been a lot of rights going on, but it was officially laid to rest today. So the next couple of weeks, politics would take itself back again. What I mean is the candidates along different political parties, whether it is the PDP, the APC ruling in Ondo State, or the other political parties like the ADC, the NNPP, and all of that, would also stick their neck out to see, how they would do all of that. Let's see. But as it stands, the sitting governor, that's 𝗪𝗪𝐿 𝐴𝐻𝐿, who had not indicated interest to run or to contest for that seat. But hey, it's politics, and sometimes they say that when you taste power, you want to hold on to it as much as you can. Breaking, the former president of the NBA, Olumide Akpata, has emerged as the candidate for the Labour Party governorship election in Edo State. He got a total vote of 316 to defeat other candidates in the primaries. Interesting times, interesting days, interesting moment, and interesting conversation. I've always been a huge advocate of decent conversation during the election, and beyond the old drama surrounding campaigns. I always want a campaign that will be issue based, a campaign that would not just go around with the rhetorics of, oh, I will do this is where I'm coming from. A campaign that will be filled with substance, a campaign that would not just sell the regular story we get to hear during the election. Oh, I will do road. Oh, I will do this. A campaign that will talk about how to engage, the intellectual capacity of everyone in your state, and how to also look at the mineral resources available to you, human resources rather available to you, and bring the very best out of your state. That is what we're looking up to. And well, the way we covered the IDK, that's the Imo, Kogi and Bayelsa election on the 11th of November, I can tell you for a fact that God sparing our life, Mainland FM will not just cover the election from a distance. We will be on ground in Benin City, to give you update of everything you need to know about the election in September. But of course, keep your fingers crossed as we constantly keep you abreast of everything you need to know in that election. Likewise, that of Ondo State that will be coming up in November. 2 𝗪𝐶𝐶 elections are to expect in Nigeria in 2024. Edo for September, Ondo for November. Okay, like I said, the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Monday Okpebholo, got a total vote of 12432. 12432. That's 12,432. Remember, there were some numbers that have been flying around, especially the announcement that was made by the governor of Imo State, that's Governor 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪, declaring a particular candidate the winner of the election, and it didn't go down well with the powers that be, or perhaps there were a lot of issues in respect to, this one didn't happen, this one happened. At the end of the day, the APC have a candidate, the PDP have the candidate, and the Labour Party have the candidate. Okay, I would focus more on that since all of that have been completed, but we'll also look at the media engagement that the governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, had yesterday, where he announced some incentives for the people of Lagos. And it has generated a lot of buzz, especially around the political space, whether in social media or in mainstream conversation. Let me read a couple of those incentives that would be made available. He said that it would open a Sunday market in about 42 markets in Lagos for Lagosians to be able to purchase food items at a reduced cost. That was one of the things that Governor Sanwo-Olu said yesterday, and he said from next week, civil servants from level 1 to 14 will come to the office a maximum of 3 times a week, and from level 15 to 17 would miss work once a week. That means they will come in 4 times and miss only once a week. Those are senior level officer. And he also said that immediately from this weekend, that's beginning from today, they're bringing back 25% reduction on all public transportation. Now, public transportation does not mean every public transportation in Lagos. It means the public transportation channel that is owned by the government, the ferries that is owned by the Lagos State government, the BRTs that is owned by the Lagos State government, and the train that is owned by the Lagos State government. So there will be 25% reduction on all of those public transports. And he also said that immediately all the 31 general hospitals will be giving free child delivery. And there's also said that the government is working on reducing some particular drugs so that it can be available and accessible to the people of Lagos. Well, the whole conversation majorly had been other states asking their governors that, hey, where exactly did all of our own monies are also going into? Well, yesterday, the governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde, openly rebuked the president of the Nigerian Senate and told him that, hey, keep politics aside. None of the governors that he can speak for himself as the governor of Oyo State, and also speak on behalf of his colleagues. And don't forget that Governor Seyi Makinde is the vice chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. So he certainly has the right and authority to speak on behalf of the other governors. And he said that it is only the Federal Inland Revenue Service that has the right to disburse funds, and every money available in the federation account is for everybody. So no governor had received 30 billion naira, according to what the president of the Nigerian Senate said. Well, twists and turns, we keep our fingers crossed also. Okay, we're trying to connect with a couple of our guests from Edo State. Let's see how the people are taking the outcome of those primaries. Remember, today is the deadline, so if you don't present your candidates to the INEC by the end of today, there could be trouble. And 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪, the deputy governor, the current deputy governor, said that, hey, he has set up his campaign team, he has set up his campaign offices 18 of them, one across all of the 17 local governments, and Edo Central has 2 campaign offices. So he said he's ready to go full throttle. He's ready to campaign. He has everything set out for him to campaign. However, like I read earlier, 𝗪𝗀𝐴 𝗪𝗏 has been declared by the chairman of that particular primaries committee, that's Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State, as the authentic candidate of the PDP. So the question is this: when I was monitoring the primaries of the Labour Party today, I saw the INEC official observing the primaries. When I saw the videos of the other primaries that was held in PDP by the PDP, I also saw staff of INEC having the tags on their neck. However, pictures that we saw from Philip Shuaibu's factional primaries, we don't know which of them INEC went to observe. But we've seen a situation where primaries were held at parallel spaces, and INEC officials were present at all of those spaces. But the next couple of days, let's see. When INEC decide to release the final list, we'll know who INEC will be admitting as the flag bearer. Is it going to be 𝗪𝗀𝐴 𝗪𝗏, or is going to be Comrade Philip Shuaibu, the outgoing deputy governor of Edo State? I mean, the APC had their own, and you would probably think that the PDP should learn from that mistake and not also have issues regarding the primaries. But hey, it seems it's a different kettle of fish. And as it stands now, as it is today, the PDP has 2 candidates in Edo State. The APC officially have Senator Monday as the candidate, and the Labour Party have, as of today, the former NBA chairman, Mr. Olumide Akpata, as the candidate to fly the flag ahead of the September 2024 election. Okay, you're welcome to the program. I know a lot of people have been responding to the incentives given out to the governor by the governor of Lagos State, and questions are being asked. How far can this reach? What about the routes where Lagos State public transport services don't cover? What about the routes where the rails did not pass through and people don't have access to the trains? I mean, how many people would these markets be able to cater for? And guess what? Some LCDAs and some local governments in Lagos are already doing this. Next week, hopefully, one of the I think Lagos Island LCDA, I'm trying to reach out to the chairman. He's been working on, he's been doing this about 14 editions now. He's done this open market, where people can come in and buy goods at subsidized, reduced prices, and have something to hold on to. And then earlier today also, there are reports that the Nigerian customs are, I've always questioned the rationale behind, customs destroying goods that were, seized from illegal smuggling. As long as this product are not fake, as long as they are not substandard. In fact, even before we got to this food shortage crisis, I've always felt like this rice that will be destroyed or kept in warehouses and then they will get damaged, or these frozen foods, this turkey, all of these foods that they get to destroy and burn, why don't they take them to IDP camps scattered across the federation and go give them? I've always felt like it's an unnecessary waste. The moment you confirm that these were being smuggled in and they did not go through the normal route where they can be taxed and excise and duties can be taken on them, once they are seized and the owners are not coming forth, take them to IDP camps, share it for people that are hungry, share it to the poorest of the poor in the society. But I just hope that we get things right in this country. Joseph Olorunsho is live with me in the studio. He's a son of the soil. Likewise, Matthew Okuda. I'm sure Matthew Okuda will join me in midweek politics next week to look at some of these issues. Joseph Olorunsho, since last week Saturday, the drama had continued to fly. It started with the APC. They had 3 candidates. the former head of the primaries committee, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, declared a certain candidate that was also congratulated by the national chairman of the APC, and 48 hours later, the APC said that no, the election was declared inconclusive, and another one was going to be held yesterday. It wasn't held, on Wednesday. At the end of the day, it was held yesterday. And now it seems there's an authentic candidate, which is Senator Monday Obawolo, that had over 12,000 votes. Now, it seems that it's sorted. Now there's the Labour Party zone as well. And I didn't have so much drama around it, except for now the governorship candidates that wrote to INEC on Monday saying that, hey, it doesn't look like my party, the Labour Party, wants to conduct the primaries. Well, they've done that today, and he's won the election. He had 316 votes. It's a delegate election as against the open primaries that the APC conducted. And for that of the PDP, which a lot of us will have felt they should have learned from all of the drama around the APC and conduct their own primaries in a more decent way. Well, earlier today, I saw the outgoing deputy governor, Comrade 𝗵𝐿 𝐿 on national TV, saying that, hey, I am the legitimate candidate for this election. I won my election, and I already have my campaign offices scattered across all of the local governments in the state. I'm going to campaign, and by the grace of God, he's going to win the election. Those were his words earlier today. But INEC and the PDP had declared 𝗪𝐶𝑠 Ighodalo as the legitimate candidate of the party. We don't know where all of that will take us to. But now that all of the political parties have finished their primaries in the states, names will be submitted to INEC, and probably by the end of today or maybe tomorrow, INEC would release the lists of all of the candidates. We don't know how many parties would field their candidate here, but of course we have 18 political parties registered in Nigeria, so they can't be more than 18, even though they can be less than 18. Now, Joseph Folorunshor, the candidate of the Labour Party, let's start from there. Olumide Akpata, he sat with the high and mighty within the society, being the former, I think he's the immediate past NBA chairman. Yes, the Nigerian, yes, he was the one that handed over to Yakubu. Yes, so I mean, being the chairman of the NBA, the body that represents all lawyers in Nigeria, he holds a big place in Nigeria's judicial conversation, even though their own tenure also had a lot of controversy around it. The 𝗵𝐶 of the NBA openly said it at the Congress they had, that she was not carried away. Her signature was forged at some point also. At the end of the day, she was suspended and she's still being investigated. But I mean, let's put that aside. Now he has emerged as the candidate of the Labour Party. And in the last presidential election that was held, the Labour Party, the Labour Party won the presidential election in the state, even though for the governorship they didn't have a decent showing. There was no governorship election, but for the presidential election, they won. What are the chances of the Labour Party in Edo State? It's still September. This is February. We still have a couple of months in between where all of the candidates will have to move around every of the local government in the state to sell their ideas to the people of Edo State. Let's talk about Olumide Akpata getting into this conversation. Where does he put the PDP that wants to retain the seat? Where does he put the APC that wants to reclaim the seat? Perhaps you think the Labour Party has a big chance in this one based on their performance at the last presidential election, Joseph. Let's get into this conversation.
Okay, good evening, Lagos, and good evening, Nigeria, and good evening to everyone listening to across the whole world. The drama. Let me put it on what happened on Saturday. I think me and 𝗪𝗪𝗁 were discussing what PDP did. Well, I know they are going to review it because there will be consequence if they go with that, because there is something going on that whatever any party that want to participate in the coming 2024 election, please with serious begging. It's not by law or by just moral persuasion and say, okay, do you know what? Or please go to Edo Central. Pick your candidate from
Edo Central.
So APC go the other way, but we say okay, at least my former governor rushed down to meet the president, and I'd advise here that the president need to be extra careful in dealing with anybody that is coming to meet him, so that it will not as if maybe some people did not respect the president or did not respect the office of the president. I believe the APC have picked those selection, and they have to look at their primary again and come up with Monday very brilliant, wonderful Edo citizen. Because for me, all the candidates are qualified, and I believe if you give them opportunity, they will do their best. Now, coming to the Labour Party, as at last count, I know that Olumide Akpata is from Edo South. Okay, I know it's from Edo South.
I know.
So, but I don't know the reason why Labour Party decide to do that, and there will be consequence for that.
So it's from the minority.
It's not from majority.
Okay.
Edo Central is the minority.
Okay, Edo Central is the minority.
Minority.
Yes.
So
yes,
we're
yes,
just saying that even though when you have all the power, Edo not have more local government than Edo.
I think they have 9.
Edo South have 7. Edo North have 6. Edo Central have 5. If you add everything together, that is 18.
That's 18.
You understand? So, and if you look the configuration of the setting of government in Edo State currently is the governor, which is a wonderful governor of Edo State, Governor 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾, is from Edo South. The deputy governor, Dr. 𝗪𝐶𝐶 𝐿, is from Edo North. The speaker, Blessing, is from Edo North. Did I mention? If you look at it, Edo Central is not in the equation, as in when you talk of the how do I put it?
The power share
now. So this, if you look at 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾, if you look at that is the so if you look at that, for 8 years, these people have been in one way or the other sacrificing. So people now say, okay, let us we are all brothers, we are all sisters. Let's see how we factor in
Edo Central.
So that it's not as if, because we are big, we should not be taken advantage of. And that's so for Olumide Akpata is a very brilliant chap, and school investor of Benin. So,
served in Kano.
What we are saying is this, okay, if you want to do anything, look at some dynamics and say, okay, you can have the right to do a particular thing, but will it have any consequence or will it benefit you? So I believe Labour Party have reason why they choose Olumide Akpata, and this is my own response to Labour Party. One, you did not consider the pulse of the people of Edo State who are going to cast their vote in that September.
Is there a general consensus across political parties that Edo Central,
more than 50%,
think it should go to Edo Central?
Say, do you know what? Let us consider
Edo Central.
They should say they don't want. Then we cannot say, and that is the reason, people were saying, no, 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾 want to impose and all those kind of things. I was having a conversation with your friend, 𝗪𝗪𝐿 𝐿. He was in the primary yesterday. His annoyance is okay, they score him 0, and also it's not, he will take care of his own but he was part of. If you look at PDP, you see that a good number from the candidate are from Edo Central. You understand it? So that is it. Then APC, well, I don't know what my wonderful brother will do later.
Adams Oshiomhole.
No.
Senator Monday.
No, not Monday.
Okay.
This guy. The candidate for APC last Saturday. The name is escaping me now.
I mean, was it the one that was declared winner
on Saturday?
That's the honorable, the House of Reps member.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's going to respond. Whether he's going to go to court and say his own declaration should be the authentic one, or 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝐴 now. So again, the APC chairman hurriedly congratulate him at that rate. I don't know what he's going to do to Monday. Whether he will congratulate Monday again. But
congratulations, congratulations on the finish.
No, he has to, I don't want. He's a very brilliant individual, the former governor of Kano State, Ganduje. I don't want him to copy something from my very wonderful former governor.
Adamusi Oshiomhole. I'm talking.
Sometimes, I'm sorry, he's a father to all of us. We respect him so much, but sometimes you don't need to be. You talking. You as if you contradict yourself many times. You say this tomorrow, then in the morning, in the afternoon, you make 360 degree of that. So Ganduje would have wait and say, okay, I'm the number one citizen of APC as the national chairman. You would have wait and say, okay, since they are complaining, let us wait and see what, investigate and see what would. But when you rush to congratulate, I don't know. Then secondly, I know that a lot of people wrote a petition expressing their dissatisfaction of Governor Uzodinma to be the chairman also, but they all ignored that. But let's wait for them. If you look at PDP, giving it to Ighodalo, is still the election is going to be very, very interesting. But this is my fear. Okay, I want you to write it down. With the conduct, which I'm praying seriously that should not be the person that will preside over police if they want to conduct 2024 Edo State election. The current commissioner of police, Edo State. I'm sorry, because if you look at what happened in the primary, whereby is very close to the venue or almost at the venue, some individual were able to do what is not very okay in that venue, causing crisis. And you know what it means for even if when an area commander is even in a place,
there should be peace.
There should be peace. No matter who you are. But the whole sitting commissioner of police is in a place, and some people were just doing anything as they like, which show that he decided to be indifferent. Maybe based on instruction from whether from below or above. You understand? So in that kind of situation, automatically I will join the people of Edo State and say, Oga IGP, the current commissioner of police
should be changed.
Please, can you help us? We know he's a brilliant person. If there's no state to take him to, then take him back to force headquarters. Let him just sit down, bring out a person who will be after the peace, before, during, and the Edo State election. That is just my own candid advice to the president or IGP. So aside that, these are wonderful brothers. All of them, we are friends, we are brothers, we are sisters. The only challenge that we have, any party that go outside Edo Central, well, I don't know the reason, but there could be, I do say it here, another place that there could be some issue. Be a manners.
Okay. Before we leave this conversation, you said you don't know what Honorable Dennis Idahosa will do next, based on the results that was announced, the name switch, and then the election was conducted, and there was Senator Monday.
It was properly somehow. They say according to APC, they said that was the primary was announced.
But the same APC, the NWC of the APC also came out to say that the election was inconclusive.
Okay. Let's assume you do one course in your university and they release results. You see in your broadsheet, say you score A in that course, and you have that broadsheet with you printed out with the letterheaded paper of the state of the university.
And then you now go to the notice board.
Your friends within and outside abroad, they just say, okay, they will learn that you are the first class student of your school, and the rest of them, in fact, you even buy some through small party. You understand? Then after some days, the school now come and say, okay, no verse. If you are not even graduating, what will you do?
That's below the belt.
No,
thank God they didn't try it with me.
so I don't know how APC is going to resolve that very issue. I don't know how they will resolve.
Okay, I mean, let's even imagine that it's an issue that we may not particularly speculate with.
Yeah.
They can choose to make it an in-house thing, but let's talk about the one everybody knows. There's answer in Ighodalo that was officially announced by the governor of Zamfara State, that's Governor Dauda, as the candidate of the PDP. Now there's also the outgoing deputy governor, Comrade Dr. 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪, that was still on TV today. In fact, one of the spokesperson of the 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪 campaign committee, Dr. Festus Owu, joined us on the show yesterday, and it was all hyper and excited. The same energy Comrade 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪 was on TV this morning, saying that he's the authentic PDP candidate in the state. He already set up his campaign offices across all of the 18 local government. He's ready to go. Is this, is that? Are we seeing any chaos within the PDP? If we have two candidates, both of them parading themselves as the governorship candidates of the state, is this trouble looming, or you think it's just one of?
Let me correct your point. With all honesty, let me correct you on a point. Let me follow your narrative. You said there is a primary that INEC were there on one side, then a governor was there who announced the winner of that primary. Then the question is, who announced my very wonderful, respected Dr. 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪, the current deputy governor, as the winner of the other primary? Can we find an answer to that? Who announced him as the winner of that primary? I don't know whether you get.
I understand where you're coming from, because for every primaries, INEC,
you cannot
exactly.
Say, you, even though you have I have access to you. You don't. For example, if I go back to school too, only you cannot come out and say I have a first class. It is the school through the registrar of the school or people that they will owe. Please, can you announce? It just be like sometimes you give a birth to a child and the child now announces his name, date of how do you call it? On the naming ceremony day, he now announced my name is so and so. It will be strange. You understand? I know that Dr. 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪, a very brilliant deputy governor. In fact, Dr. 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪 is even more popular than many governors in the state. Because if you look at before this crisis, I'm surprised what actually caused the issue between Dr. 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪
and his principal.
This guy were just 6 and 6, not even 5 and 6. They were like 6 and 6 or 5 and 5. You understand? So 𝗪𝗵 was given opportunity to do a lot of things in the state, and that's why you say he actually don't know issue of betrayal is coming up. So the governor actually betraying, but that's their own personal issue. But our own conversation is issue in Edo State. I believe event will come up. Dr. 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪, my very respected deputy governor, will look at the environment and say, do you know what? The peace in Edo State is very, very sacrosanct. And he said one thing today, that is not desperate to be a governor of Edo State. And that's 𝗪𝗵 for that. He said he's not desperate to be a governor of Edo State. And I know that 𝗪𝗵 𝗫𝗪, who has invested a lot in the youth in Edo State, invested a lot in a lot of people in Edo State, will not at this time say, okay, because of his ambition that he won't chaos. So I know you can't, it will never. So some of all these things, event will come and you just see him tomorrow and say, well, do you know what? If this is what will happen, and I'm not seeing him maybe moving to another party. I am not very, very sure.
Even if he moves to other parties, the deadline for the primaries is gone.
And I interact with a lot of his people, and I believe they will find political solution to the issue, because there are a lot of things that actually happen. But I know what we are just some of us are praying for, and we are making a lot of effort to see what will happen is this Edo State 2024 governorship election is going to be one of the most peaceful elections in Nigeria, on one condition, that the security agency
should play by the rules.
We beg them. This is brothers and brothers, sisters and brothers affair. We don't want you to take side. Just like what is going on with the. That's why till tomorrow, anywhere I will go, I will continue to condemn the act. What happened in the presence of the city commissioner of police, and we will condemn it to the last point. But
Joseph, beyond the security concerns that you've raised, which is very, very, often happen during elections, and let's talk about what the Edo people expect, from their candidates. Now, there's the PDP that wants to retain the government, there's the APC that want to reclaim the government. Remember that 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 was on the APC before he moved to the PDP and won his second
before
term.
they pursue
Before, okay,
before they pursue, because 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, all of us in those, many of us were, your governor, no matter what you may say is, whether it's some of the last, if you observe any last, but you can't see my governor making effort to say, okay, let me have an audience with the city president. That's Muhammadu Buhari. Then they just snub him. You understand, in the name of one reason. And that thing actually, many of us from Edo State, and that's all, if my own governor, the number one citizen of Edo State, can be treated like this by those guys in the presidency, I think we need to come home and see what we can do. And that was what actually informed, even despite all the effort to make, okay, the pursuing from APC, he come to the state. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗁 less than within within 24 hours. His own demand from my own place, chief of staff. When your chief of staff just decide to leave,
it's a major setback for you.
A commissioner for information or leave. So the man was on a crossroad. The people of Edo said, okay, no matter what you have done,
come.
So do you know what? We want to find a way to reward you, because if we allow what these people are doing to happen, it means that some people have hijacked the system, whether from Abuja or from anywhere, and whatever we decide is what will happen. You equally know that my former governor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 was practically moving from one place to the other on one condition, demarketing the governor, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 with everything. And wonderful, brilliant people of Edo say, okay, because you cannot come to us today, you say 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, yesterday you say 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 is an angel.
Today is not a devil.
You say is a devil. My wonderful brother 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, who you call all sort of name, then you come back again and say, this is the angel. I don't people now say, okay, do you know what? On our own, we decide
who is the devil and who is
the angel. We know that all this, and that what inform that reinforcing the coming back for second.
So now, beautiful as it is, but whether pursued or decammed or whatever it is that 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 did, he served the first term on the platform of the APC. He served the second term of the platform of the PDP. Now he wants to retain the party for the state. The APC also wants to reclaim the party, and there's the third force, which is the Labour Party, that want to leverage on their performance at the presidential election. And let's just get into the conversation. But beyond that, even though you're in Lagos, I know you have folks and relatives and families. You go home very often. What would you want to hear from who wants to be your governor? Whether it is 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗧 whoever it is, what substance are you looking for in the campaign conversation, and not just the regular propaganda we get here? Oh, I will do road. When I win the election, 4,000 youths will get work job in Europe, and then will pay for their flight. All of these rhetorics that follows election. But for me, as an outsider, I don't have any interest in the election. I'm looking forward to an issue-based campaign. But on those issues, what would you think the Edo people will want to prioritize in wanting to know what their next governor will do for them?
Now, the next governor, let me put this in with all honesty, and this is my own personal opinion. That election, true, is going to be between APC and PDP. The reason I'm saying it is this. I was thinking that Labour, who know that Labour has members of Edo State House of Assembly, people give them their votes in Edo State, and deprive PDP and APC of those positions. And the people said, you know what, please, whatever you want to do, consider Edo Central. You decide otherwise. So the people we call it speak in that direction. Now let's come to the issues. If you look at after the former governor of Edo State, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 there are some, so people complain a lot. Then the brief one that the court said that is never a governor at all. Professor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 Professor 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 though is unconstitutional, but the guy set a chart, or let me say, he set a performance chart that within 1 year that Professor Sumbo was the governor of Edo State, that the call later turned. If you see what that guy, the impact, positive impact that he made, Oshomole do not have any option than to say, if someone can do this thing within 1 year, I must not bring down the morale of Edo people. So Oshomole actually did his best, and he was able to do a lot of things. Then 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾 came and he continued. Forget about their quarrels and the rest of them. 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾 came and equally make a lot of giant strides. But one thing that I will give to 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾 is the issue of making effort to. He actually digitalized Edo State. Issue of Edo State is a state that is full of they don't do much paper in the governor house, in governor office. If you want to do anything, it's more or less you have to go to you have to do it digitally. You understand? And then emphasis on school, emphasis on issue in respect of the youth, women's, and the rest. So any governor of Edo State that is any person that want to take over from Governor 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾 must look at this. All this is achievement, if at all. I'm not saying that you may not think away one thing or the other, but it must be something that will improve where improve the life of people of Edo State from where the governor is now to a greater. If not, the person, and you know, you can't tell a Edo man not to protest. You cannot. In as much they will do it in a more decent and orderly manner. Many times that when Oshomole was there, many times you come with the call, he's going with the convoy, the people will block it. And so,
calm down.
Come and talk to us.
Come and address us.
Nobody is carrying gun. And Oshomole will come down and we address the people. And they will say, okay, this is what we want. If you look at what you are seeing in Ring Road in Benin, is what that's some of the impact of Oshomole. So Oshomole is a very, very wonderful, proud father or son of Edo State. The only challenge that if I have one-on-one conversation with
tell him
is, please, Oga,
calm down.
Calm down. If you want to talk, play back the one you.
I remember where you ended the last conversation.
Where you put full stop. Then before you start this other one, because he's supposed to be a role model for many of us. We respect him a lot, and that's why on many places I will be begging the president. I will be begging people that are very close to the president. And also don't listen to individual like Oshomole, but please don't follow some narrative in this election in Edo State from maybe one angle, so that you don't assume the people of Edo State, whether both at home and abroad, disrespect you as a president. The president is our president. We will respect him with everything, but people should tell him the truth in respect of this election. And okay, let me quickly say this is what we've many of us have come up with something that we call Edo is one, and the narrative for Edo is one is the campaign must not be personal. It has to be issue based.
Not personal.
Not personal. Even though if the person no get pikin, if his girlfriend don't leave him, that is own cup of tea. But tell her what you are going to do to improve the life of Edo State. You understanding? And we will be on the neck of security agency, whether DSS or civil defense or whether police or, and that's why very soon I believe some people are going to come up and say, if this IGP did not do the needful, then we'll call for him to quickly help us to record the commissioner of police that is general. If you cannot manage just party affairs, is it when the election
proper
that you will now be, it means that you continue to be indifferent. And I'm afraid of anybody that is indifferent.
It is
better you hate me or you love
like
me. But when you are
sitting
indifferent,
on the fence,
a police officer, a number one police officer in a state, you are indifferent, we are finished. Because if you see criminal tomorrow, you can say, okay, should I allow him? Okay, you are not saying don't attack. You didn't say you didn't say you should attack. And you are the one that's supposed to do one thing: protect life and property in that state.
Well, I mean, oftentimes when election is approaching, we often always see this, movement. It happened in Imo State, prior to the governorship election of the November 11, 2023. The commissioner of police, in fact, I think the news that the commissioner actually requested that they should move. We saw the same thing played out in Kogi State also. But as it stands, All of the parties that will be participating in the September governorship election in Edo State, all things being equal, by now 4:57 p.m. 23rd of February should have concluded all of their primaries. So by Monday, God's prayer in our lives, I would give you all of the list of every single candidate.
We will compel them to talk to you.
Yeah, of course. I trust us on that one. We would certainly get. I mean, I think as it stands, Olumide Akpata is someone that is very accessible to a lot of us. So I can assure you that he's going to be on the show at different times. We did that in the last election. We had a lot of candidates join us because, hey, there are a lot of Edo people in Lagos, and then you need to find a way to motivate or mobilize them or give them reasons to want to go back home and be interested in who governs them and participate in the election, like we saw in the 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪 election. We'll take a break by 5 o'clock, and then when we come back, we'll open the phone lines. Hopefully we'll have been able to link up one or two persons from Benin City, the capital of Edo State, to talk to us. But as it stands now, the Labour Party have the immediate past president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Olumide Akpata, as the flag bearer for the September election. The All Progressive Congress have Senator Monday 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 as the governorship candidate, and the PDP, even though Joseph Babalola feels it is 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. But I've been seeing Philip Shuaibu addressing the press. In fact, congratulatory messages were sponsored in the newspapers today for him. He was also on the national TV earlier today saying, I'm the authentic candidate. So as it stands, the PDP have two candidates. Philip Shuaibu, the outgoing deputy governor, and 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Let's see which of them INEC would put on their website. I think INEC would have the final say in this election.
INEC follow the law. Beg INEC to follow the law.
I'm not in the position to
see. Please let us do one thing. Peace crisis in election in any state start from issues like this. You understand? INEC should follow the law, their own law. You understanding? So who actually do the right thing? Who comply with the rules and regulations? INEC will figure that out, and I will continue this conversation on turn of 5 o'clock. Thank you so much, Joseph Babalola, for spending time with me on Joseph Folorunsho, rather. Sorry. I know we'll have enough to talk about as we build up to Edo 2024, and also there is Ondo 2024. That will be November. Interesting conversation. Stick with us. The headline news comes through in a couple of seconds, and then we'll come back and continue the program. It's the Situation Room live on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. Vice President Shettima pays final respect to late Akeredolu. Ex-NBA President Akpata wins Labour Party governorship primary for Edo. Customs obtains government approval, set to sell seized food items to vulnerable Nigerians at discounted rate. NAMA strengthens partnership with Air Force to enhance airspace safety. INEC releases 2023 election report, underscores need for technological advancement. On the foreign scene, US to impose new sanctions on Russia and its war machine. And in sports, Wardrum says Super Falcons ready to conquer Cameroon despite short preparation for 2024 Olympic qualifiers. That's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
Lagos, the center of excellence.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments, Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime I cook like this, I always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one know they put. Now it make my pikin them. They always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see?
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that get delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right, the Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the 𝗪𝐸 Cup of Nations 2023.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700-225-5226, 0800-225-5226, or +234-817-665-6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying.
Sizzling cubes for that sumptuous taste. Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans.
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of 𝗏 cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right, the Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the 𝗪𝐸 Cup of Nations 2023.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like 𝗏𝐻, ugu, and season with the rich taste of 𝗏 seasoning cubes, even better.
So go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of 𝗏 cubes. Today, eat for good.
Fantastic conversations.
Great to see you again. It's good weather. You want to agree with that?
Yeah, I love weather. Trending music.
live the life that I love. I love the life that I live. Tomorrow.
Traffic updates.
Ojoba and Chordy intersection is good. There's no cause for alarm.
Sports. And everything fun is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
Okay, welcome back. Don't forget that by 5:30 the full bulletin would come through, and then by 6 o'clock we'll come back for sport cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. We'll lead you into the conversation, everything you need to know about sporting activities that will be happening this weekend around the world, irrespective of the sport: basketball, tennis, swimming, athletics, football. I will take you through all of that by 6 o'clock. But by 5:30, the full bulletin would also come up. Thank you for still sticking with us. We're back in the situation room. And before we went on that break, we had the conversation around the just concluded Labour Party primaries in Edo State, where the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Olumide Akpata, emerged as the Labour Party governorship candidate the September 2024 governorship election. He had a total vote of 316. It's a closed primaries, so it's a delegate conversation yet again in the states. The same way we had it for the PDP. The APC, however, decided to do open primaries. And then after all of the drama that happened on Saturday, where three different candidates were parading themselves as the official flag bearer of the party, Honorable Dennis Idahosa was announced by Governor Hope Uzodinma as the winner of the primaries. And then Senator Monday 𝗪𝗪𝗪 was also announced as the winner of the primaries, and there was also Honorable Anamero Dekiri. Well, the National Working Committee of the APC declared the election inconclusive, changed the chairman of the primaries election committee, and well, an announcement was made after all of that had been concluded. And Senator Monday 𝗪𝗪𝗪 was reported to have polled a total vote of 12,432 to emerge as the flag bearer of the APC in Edo State. The APC wants to reclaim the seat, but for the PDP, there is Answer Ighodalo that was announced by the chairman of the primaries committee, that's the governor of Zamfara State, as the winner of the election. However, the outgoing deputy governor had also been parading himself as the winner of the primaries. Yesterday, we had one of the spokesperson of the 𝗵𝐿 𝗪𝗪 Governorship Campaign Council joined me in the situation room, Dr. Festus Owu, and he was very clear on the fact that his principal, the outgoing deputy governor, is the authentic flag bearer. The same position was confirmed by the candidate, or let me say the aspirant himself. Talking about Comrade Dr. 𝗵𝐿 𝗪𝗪 earlier today, that he has set up his campaign committee and is going to start full-fledged campaign across every single local government in Edo State. Well, the former governor of Ondo State, 𝗪𝗪𝐻𝐾 𝐒𝐿𝐪, was laid to rest today in Owo. The burial rite started off since Monday. There were court, proceedings that was done, service of songs. There was also line in states. Public holidays were declared yesterday and today by the governor of the state, His Excellency 𝗪𝗪𝐻𝐾 𝐒𝐿𝐪, that used to be the deputy to 𝗪𝗪𝗪. And well, in the next couple of days will also bring in twists and turns for the conversation in Ondo State. Remember, there's also 𝗪𝗪𝐻𝗪 election coming up in November in Ondo State. Edo is September, Ondo is November. Trust us on Mainland 98.3 FM to give you extensive coverage and give you exclusive information in respect to those two 𝗪𝐶 elections. Well, it's time for us to join the conversation away from election matters. The governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, announced some incentives for the people of Lagos yesterday to help the people to grapple with all of these all economic hardship, scarcity of food, shortage of food, let me put it that way. The fact that fuel station also, the queues are coming up and the people are really finding it hard to balance to access to food. But in terms of food provision, it said market to be open and food to be sold at the subsidized rates. Of course, all the 31 general hospitals in the states would offer free delivery and also subsidize some medications that you want to go buy. And there's also going to be 25% reduction in all public transportation owned by the government beginning from this weekend. Hopefully it will start from today. So for the people that use the train services, the people that uses the BRT or across the island to the mainland, for the people using ferry from also island to Ikorodu, the state government is also saying that 25% reduction would be provided for the people. But beyond all of that, what else do you think the government needs to do to touch more people, especially the people that don't even need to go anywhere, the poorest of the poorest, the elderly ones, the people outside of the the centerpiece of Lagos where all of the things are happening? What do you think the government should do more to reach out to those people? And one thing I picked out yesterday after the the engagement, the media engagement by the governor, was that the governor said their doors are open and they're ready to have conversation with anybody, and then they're open to suggestions on how the state can be moved further forward. Well, 0913-600-0410. I'm really interested in the governorship election in Edo State for whatever reason. Probably because I have a lot of friends from that state. Joseph Folosho is one of them. God willing, I'm going to be in Benin City to cover the election. So you can always count us in on that one. Let me talk to one or two callers. What do you make of the just concluded primaries in Edo State and for the incentives made available for the governor of Lagos? How are you taking them? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good to have you join us on the show today.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Fred.
You're welcome. Your name and where you joining us from?
My name is Felix, coming from Ishaga.
Okay, Mr. Felix from Ishaga, you're welcome.
This is my first time of calling. I'm a regular listening to you.
Okay. I'm glad to have you join the family. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I just decided to call because of what is taking place in Edo State. I'm from Edo State.
Okay. What part of Edo State are you from?
It's Eastern Central.
Okay.
Well, it is, and your guests have spoken very well. But let me just give you an insight. Election is about numbers. Politics is about numbers. If Edo Central has picked a candidate from PDP and a candidate from APC, if Labour should pick a candidate from there, there is tendency they are going to divide it into three parts. Yes. Now that PDP is now in Commission Central and APC Commission Central, it is better we feature someone from Edo Central. Remember, Edo is purely Labour. And I believe that as part they are choosing, they cannot feature people from the north or east. So it is better they pick someone from that side, which they see that they're going to get candidates from Edo Central that will now make them to become victorious during the election. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Festus. Well, the chairman of the APC that you talked about is embattled right now. He's fighting for his political life. I don't even know. It was picked up day first. They released. Labour Party. I mean, yes. Well, drop your messages. Name.
I'm calling you from Amuodofi. Am I People's wife? Mr. Joseph 𝗶𝗶.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. It means I come for different territorial to Abi.
Yes, south. Governor side, 𝗪𝐶𝐶 side.
So it is not for each other.
No,
they
no.
decide.
Yeah.
If this new of 𝗃𝐶, PDP, they gather food, people will gather the food for them. But this man, Tata will gather all the food for his own soul. I foresee something good for this year, Tata. Let's wait and see.
Thank you very much, App. Okay, I really hope NYS was done. If you've not done, apologies. I thought you were. Messages on Facebook. Interesting conversation on Facebook, by the way. Samson Olusumbo says, "Good, okay, thank you." Dayo Dada says, "I saw some highlight of the governor's interview. It was as if he was campaigning and building castles in the air. He's not addressing the main issues of removing Agbero from the road and even the people bringing food to Lagos. No water for Lagosians. Even though we're top of water, no good road, no inner roads in Lagos, no low-cost housing for the poor. The houses they built is for the rich and the elite, and they are planning on sharing food. Are we beggars? This is more or less vote buying. It is it not the wrong policy of his Oga that has brought us into this nightmare? Like I used to say, blessed are those who do not expect much from these people, for they shall be disappointed. It's a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us." Thank you, Dayo Dada. Albert Onyolola on Facebook says, "You're doing okay. Thank you. Case Holy says, Edo South is majority in the states. This North are Benin, and they are the owner of the states. Oshomola is from the minority, so forget the North or the Central. If Tinubu did not put his hand into the election, Apata will win the election. Let INEC allow the IREV and VIEW portal to work. Oshomole only tried in his first 4 years, and the other second time he did not. Rather use our money to marry bill." Let me leave that one from there. Case Oli also said that although people don't like the APC, the election is between the Labour and the PDP. The only way the APC will enter is through rigging. That at the studio do not okay. Akonji Benjamin says, "I'm really enjoying the conversation. I go with Olumide Akpata to be the next governor of Edo State." Temple the Prince, still talking on Facebook, says, "Edo politics and September election in Edo State is going to be an interesting one. The current deputy is just making noise, and his noise is not going anywhere. And if it doesn't align with his boss now, he might receive the greatest embarrassment from his boss before that September election. Adams Oshiomhole should also respect himself and desist from talking from both sides of the mouth. Concerning the Labour, the rice man will be another threat in the forthcoming election. It decamped to Labour, hoping to get the ticket. With change of this, he will align and join hands with his brother, the PDP candidate." Okay, in summary, the election is between the PDP and the APC. It's our turn in Edo Central, our local. You people have started. Temple the Prince, Temple from Arikpo, thank you. Funsha Kingben says, "Sir, you're doing okay. Thank you for the kind words." Michael Oria says, "The Labour Party made a grievous mistake by picking Apata because 𝗪𝗪𝐶𝐾 8 years, Lucky 8 years." Okay, keep it coming on facebook.com/mainland98.3 FM. Hello, good evening. We're back to the phone lines.
Thank you, Mr. Player.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and where you joining us from?
My name is Alhaji Subar.
Alhaji Subar, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening, sir. Thank you
Good
very much
evening.
for joining us here.
Thank you. First of all, on the issue of Edo State, I think if I'm correct, Mr. Player, primary is the prerogative of the party.
True.
Yes.
INEC is just an umpire.
Yes.
I mean, or it's a guest. It's a guest. So, you see, with due respect to the deputy governor, you see, the announcement made by any party is binding. It's just like that. No other, no other confrontation. So that's the way I look at it. So I wish them well, and I believe Mr. Joseph is the son of the state. You know where the balloon is swinging to.
just have only one PVC. 0913-600-0410. We've got messages to read, not even on social media, but we'll try and pick a couple of more calls. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good to have you join us, Mr. Lakunle.
Inshallah.
Okay, you're welcome.
I want to say that those people that are saying Apata will win, I think fairness is good when it favors us.
Mr. Emmanuel, I agree to you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes. My name is 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪 I am calling from. Yes. In fact, I am not from Edo State, but Edo State is a part of Nigeria, so they are my brothers, and I am also their brother too. So it is their time now to choose wisely. The issue of maybe somebody from Edo Central or from Edo North or Edo East shouldn't be considered in this. What they should be aiming for right now is good leadership and dynamic leadership. Somebody that will take Edo to the promised land, not turn by turn. It is my turn. Whether somebody did well before or somebody did bad before, it is my turn also to do my own. No, it's not supposed to be so. It is the time for Edo people to choose the right person that will govern them with the fear of God, not with the fear of human being, with the fear of God, and let Edo people come out in mass and choose wisely, not either PDP, APC, or Labour because of where you come from. No. But my advice is that, like your guest says that he believes Edo people, they are very intelligent and brilliant people, good people of Edo. It is time now for them to prove that they are intellectual and good attitude to choose their leader. And mind you, let me remind you of this. They don't have tested APC for how many years? They have tested PDP for how many years? The bodies in their field now, either Apata or Monday or Subo or whatever, they should choose wisely. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. I'm hoping I can still squeeze in one more call before I allow Joseph Folonshaw to close up the conversation today. Apologies, I can't read your messages again. We're really pressed for time. Okay, let me squeeze in one more. This one says, good conversation you're having in the studio. Thank you. Edo State election will be very interesting. Depends on what APC does from now till then. If things get better, APC will still not win. Okay. Thank you very much. Joseph from Ikorodu. Hello, good evening.
OPEYEMI.
Good to have you.
How are you?
Ambassador Musba, I'm very good. TGIF.
Yeah, good day to your guest over there. OPEYEMI. Now, how are you? OPEYEMI, you know what? I think I've learned a lot of lessons. And I believe we, as a people of Edo State, need to go and rethink. 4 years back now, they are shouting Edo no belong. They have 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗀𝗽 that 𝗪𝗪𝗁 go to turn Edo State to United States. I believe that's what they are. But to me, let us do calm down. What 𝗪𝗪𝗁 really do to the people of Edo State? With all the support, with everything that I give to him. First time, he did not allow the assemblymen to work for almost 2-3 years. And the people of Edo stand. Look, the way we voted for these people, is that time we come back to our senses. How do we hold these boys accountable? Politicians are not different at all. If people can say, where am I now turn to a preacher? I know what I'm saying. Politicians, they weren't there for themselves. Whoever emerge is not for you and I until we are ready to hold them accountable. People say how it's going to be happen. Well, ask me how it's going to be happen. Unless you know how it's going to happen while we do it, politicians will always have their way. Good luck to every one of us.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Musba. That will be the last call I will pick on the show for the week. Joseph Folonshaw, your state is primed. I will keep our fingers crossed. I mean, your final word. It's been an engaging conversation on the show with you.
Let me thank you, Okwe, and equally thank every one of us in mainland FM. And Edo State is going to be very, very interesting. And all these candidates are qualified and they are son of the soil as far as we are concerned in Edo State. But what we are saying is this: their election is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very peaceful, and we are going to make sure that those that will not make it peaceful will quickly shout for them to make the election to be very peaceful. 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗀𝗽 have tried his best. I go to my state any day, anytime. 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗀𝗽 is I can say 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗀𝗽𝗽 is a how do you call it, a governance practitioner. That is not, forget about the politics that is now what is going on between him and 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗁 have done a lot of wonderful things in Edo State. So what we're saying is any person that is coming must not take the
standard
down.
lower.
You have to take it.
That's key.
Improve. If you cannot improve it, then just sustain what they have done so far. And in all this, just watch. When the time comes, there's one dynamics in that play a lot of miracle in Edo State. You understand? The palace is completely apolitical. I know at the appropriate, the palace will come and say, you know what?
This is it.
Peace. If you want to cast your vote, any party, but on one condition, there must be peace, and everybody will queue behind.
Align.
The decision of
it's key. Well,
so I can assure you that.
Okay, Case Holy is saying what 𝗪𝗁𝐶𝐾 did is better than Oshomole's work because of palm trees he planted for company. Or not to it, we talk about on Facebook says, if I'm asked, is democracy about religion or locality? I feel anyone that would deliver the dividends of democracy should be given the opportunity to rule. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much, Joseph Folanshaw, for being with me on the show today. Thank you to everyone that joined. God willing, God's prayer in our lives. Monday, the show returns, but before then, keep your dialogue on Mainland 98.3 FM 5:30. The full bulletin would come through 6 o'clock. It's Sport Cruise, and by 7 o'clock, Kunle Daniels will be here with Voice from the Top. And from 8 o'clock, it's going to be 𝗀𝗁𝗃 Day. Usher you deep into the weekend. I'm excited. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, and keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM because we are the sound of Lagos. My name is 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗏 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝐻𝐾. Be safe.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching stars, the sound of Lagos. This is the Global News on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Welcome to the Global News at 5:30 on Mainland 98.3 FM. In the highlights,